Morning, Ultra. How you doing, Bo? Been a couple of days. What is spring equinox? So we got to spring up and get to it. It's a nice time of year here in Spain. It's a nice time of year, all right. The heat of the day and the chilling of the night creates a lot of condensation, humidity. Yes, that's what keeps this mountain alive. Is that humidity? He's alive. He's alive. He's gonna talk to himself. Wicked. I spent the last since my last live. I've been paying a lot of attention to videos on YouTube, documentaries. I don't know. I just had a call coming through on WhatsApp. This is it, Ultra. I've managed to bend me a cable so it makes a connection on the phone, but it's on its way out. It doesn't charge when I go mobile on the with the power pack. So the technology's dying on me. As it's springtime and these are nice days, and I'm recognizing, feck, man, like I've made my efforts. In the 2.5 years I've been on this mountain, I've made a lot of efforts. I've made a lot of efforts. I've gone without a lot of things that are normal to me. And this technology isn't quite normal to me, really. You know, there's much more that I'd like to be doing with the capabilities. Still tech top. I'd love to be doing things, you know, but I don't know. Wrong place, wrong time. Although, like when I first arrived here, it seemed like the world was going into that separation where like we need places like to exist. So according by the lifestyle that I've lived, I landed on my feet by coming here. But time twisted. We didn't have the separation yet. Like we've got to wait another. What are people saying now? 2040 or something like this before people twist and fight up, and there'll be the big separation. Personally, 2023, and a quarter of the way through it. Physically, I'd say I'm in the right place for um, for 2040. I'm in the right place. I'm in the right surroundings, especially if I can establish a life. So I said before I got cut out, signal issues again, I guess. It's coming to a point where I have to recognize and realize that there's more life to live away from here than the third world conditions that I'm living in. I'm better than this. So for me, I have a large crossroads in front of me. Do I stay on the mountain or do I walk away from it? I've made communications with the Norwegian fellow, and I've made communications with the house owner. So I kind of asked them for their opinion, suggestions. Personally, I know I'm in the right place. Physically, spiritually, mentally, I'm in the right place. It's only society doesn't agree with me being in this place. Mainstream society. I don't have a social life. My social life consists of Facebook, or it did have. Then it relies on Messenger more than Facebook, whereas having long time conversations with people's Messenger and WhatsApp. And then I got introduced to YouTube, interactive panels and chats. And I found the social life here. But it isn't a physical life. Now I know that I've lived a life of party and tramping around. I know that I've been in and out of different jobs, not holding them down, but really like persevering. I mean, 5 years in catering, 13 years on and off the boats. Like I've put my hands to mechanics, I put my hands to constructions from drafting for every form of work within construction. Landscape gardenings, litter pick. So for me today, I'm not very happy. You know, I'm not very happy with the way communications through the social networking on YouTube is gone. I'm not happy with it. Many times I've said I'm not happy with certain things that I'm involved with on YouTube. Many times. And so, this morning on my community page, I did loud and proud. Today, I want to give you a rundown of everything that has been contributed via PayPal to me. And please bear in mind, two peoples were adamant that they were setting PayPal up for me, but they failed in attempts. They failed. And so I took control and I set that PayPal up. At the time, there was a lot of peoples that were eager to sponsor a tree, buy a goat, help me with many, many things. But I never had any form of banking. I never had any access to anything other than Western Union. A lot of people that tried sending to me via Western Union, they failed. Like the computer said no. It's a very tiring and time consuming. Oh, wow, bare bones. So, beggar? Okay. Now, 21st of June, 2022 was the first time online, and I remember the day. I remember the experience. And one long-term supporter, who we don't see much of these days, kindly showed us that the account that I had set up was working. The first transaction was 55p. Now, excuse me, if you have if you have a calculator, then or somebody wants to text this as I read it out, then it can forever be there, and we can work it out, and I can show you. On the 21st of June, the first payment that was paid was 55 pence. Now, I didn't write down the dates, and I didn't write down the people that sent, but the first transaction on 21st of June was 55 pence. Then there was 9.23, then 20, then 14.02, then 22.60, then 33.83, then 22.50, then 15.50, then 10, then 27.65, 15, 21.85, 10.43, 9.81, 10.69, 10.85, 21.69, 10, 21.78, 22.12, 7.72, 22, 22, 21.63, and then we come to a 38.09, and that was on the 5th of January. Then we had 15.22, we had 54.11, then we had 21.62, then we had 15.26, then we had 27.23, then we had 2169. Then we had 2181. Then we had 850. Then we had 487. Then the last transaction on the 2nd of February was 540. Just by my clear observation, there's at least 400 euros there from 21st of June to 5th of January. 400 euros. Nearly 500 euros I received. The largest was 50.26. The second largest, no, sorry, the first largest was 54.11. 54.11. And then 50.26. Happy equinox. So at the end of the tax year, I have lived well below anything that needs declaring. Well below anything that needs declaring. Hey, Drew's Adventure. Nice to see you, bro. Good, You have the autumn solstice, and we have the spring solstice. Nice. So you got the autumn equinox, and we got the spring equinox. Very beautiful. I loves it. I've just done a spring cleaning, as to speak. As you can see, I'm well entitled to the title of being a beggar. I've been living on beggar's money for the last year. Although I was paid a debt from work that I did a year and a half before. Yeah, that was more than 200 euros. And then I was given 350 euros for the work that I did. No, nearly 400 euros, because it was 50. I came home with 50 euros, and he gave me 350 euros for the 9 days work that I did. But then that doesn't go to the Western Union that I've had to receive, that I've received in the last year. I'd have to do another episode of spring cleaning before the equinox is over, just for that. I don't have an accountant. So just to remind people, I am a beggar. At this point in my life, I am a beggar. Yep. To remain healthy and strong, I need to beg. I need to beg some charity. I really do. Because I'm not getting the common sense from the people that preach, like all these conspiracies and, like upsets in the world. Because I don't have the energy to, like, I don't know, turn this desert into an oasis. It is, yeah. I mean, I don't even have the energy to turn it into a hunting fucking ritual, you know, just to eat. I haven't gotten that hungry and that starving yet. I still do have a beg in me, you know. While we're living in a civilized world with civilized peoples, I think genuine life that I'm living, I'm quite a proud beggar. Yeah, I'm a proud beggar. So please, yeah, if you can afford to send a little spending money in my direction, um, within a week the dogs will need dog food. Um, you know, I've been eating fucking flour and water for the last 4 days, and I run out of bananas and oranges literally 2 days after buying them. They were nice. Fucking hell, man. I just been working for the best part of 3.5 weeks, fucking getting up for 3 hours, sweeping the streets, and then what you call it, working for me dinners. I'm told I'm owed 6 days for the evenings that I work. Also, I was up in that man's house, you know, his building site. I was up there sleeping, but you know, doing some work on another property. I earned myself 6 days' wages, but it's unpaid. I haven't received it because the man doesn't have any money this season. So when he gets paid, I'll be looked after. Until then, I might have to wait a year and a half. I waited a year and a half for him to square me up last time. I remember that was a beautiful romantic weekend. I had my Dutch friend and his Belgian friend drive down from Holland through Spain and across to Malaga, but they stayed here for 2 nights. And then I went off and I got things that I needed from the city. Fucking heck, that caused me some dramas. That did. Caused me some freaking dramas on YouTube. Flipping heck, leaving my dogs unattended for 2 nights. Whoa, you know, I was feeling rough as it was. Do you get me? You know, but whoa, it puts me in a stronger situation. In actual fact, you know, like waiting. You know, like the amount of times that I got into trouble with the law in my early years, and I was on remand. You know, for the silliest of things. You know, for the silliest of things. Um, I know what being on remand is, and it feels like I'm on remand now. You know, it's sort of like I know that there's something big happening. You know, and if I just see it through, you know, like if I can just, I don't know, if I can just see it through, if I can just communicate with, like, if people just see sense, you know, like where I am and what I can do here makes sense to be here. You know, when people in our generations, you know, we've grown up with Oxfam, we've grown up with Greenpeace, and you know, like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of different fucking charities. I mean, I'm nothing special. You know, like I don't deserve, you know, like the same as Greenpeace, and but I deserve the same fucking opportunity. I came to this mountain and fucking really cleaned it up. Really cleaned it up. There's God knows what fucking rubbish laying around, all blown to bits with the wind. Flipping heck, man. The ticks and the flies environment. It was a battle having no water up here. And now I've got it because I worked for it and I fucking accumulated it. I've had near death experiences. I've seen fucking life just like deteriorate in front of me. because it's a virus-ridden fucking land for newborns. I've seen old age pass away here. It's like I'm somewhat mentally and physically committed to this mountain. I mean, flipping heck, man. You know, like I don't see the dogs hungry ever. You know, like never have the dog's been hungry ever. So they get what they need. They get their treatment. They get the fucking basics. And sometimes when we get treats, we get treats. Crossy, I'm glad you brought that name up because that name needs really, really, you know, like, yeah. I mean, in all fairness, that fella put in a lot of effort studying me, paying attention to me, and then making lots of effort traveling here, you know. And he made lots of effort for the time he was here. Yeah, he made a lot of effort, but he forgot one thing. And now he's to come and relax, dude. You're coming on holiday, yeah? No point in stressing me out with the things I don't like. So simple as that. When you have a look at the mess that he left behind him, I've had to clean up after him. I mean, it took me 9 hours to walk back. Yeah, 9 hours to walk back. I was really happy with that walk. And I came back to, oh, fuck, I got to clean up after his mess now. You don't recognize? Ever since I came to this place. Before I came to this place, I've been cleaning up other people's rubbish and mess. You know, I've been looking after other people's dogs for fucking years. I've been doing it. My life has been put on hold because I'm busy fucking minding other people's dogs and cleaning up other people's rubbish. Seriously, lads, yeah? When I walking, the whole time I was walking up and down that fucking coastline, yeah? I walked with empty rubbish bags, picking up other people's rubbish. You know, I never asked to get paid for doing these things. Whenever I was settled, I was able to recycle and make my own fucking environments where people said, wow, man, that is fucking art. Yeah, we want to relax, we want to encourage. This isn't crazy, yeah. Why haven't I sold the broken Mitsubishi or the broken Land Rover or the broken fucking? Haven't I sold, you know, like other people's properties? Do you get me? Yeah, it's other people's, man. It's other people's things. It ain't for me to sell. Ain't for me to advertise and to sell. This is the whole thing that I said to Dick Williams. You know, this all relates. This paints a perfect character. Do you understand? When you identify it and when you look, Crocy, man. Nick Williams came here with all his fucking things, and he walked away and left me with shitloads of rubbish. You know, things that I don't recognize. When I recognize, oh wow, there was cool clothing there. Yeah, I can wear those clothing. Recycled clothing. It was all straight out of the fucking laundry, man. Yeah, he was living with a washing machine. So that, of course, man, yeah, living up here. I don't have a wash machine. I know he said I can keep it. But like, listen, you remember when Nick Williams gave me his bank card? Tried to give me his bank card, and I said I'd fucking snap it before I go and fucking cash in yours. Yeah, you'll make your effort. Yeah, you brought your fucking thing here. You should have come here fully prepared. You didn't come here prepared. You take what you fucking bring here. That's what I said to him. It ain't for me to sell other people's properties. Yeah, I'm not a thief. I'm not a fucking con man. Yeah, you know, and I fucking show it. Yeah, I ain't in life for business. I don't appreciate other people's materials, other people's dead weight. I don't appreciate that. Now, if I was sociable and involved with the lifestyle that I know, yeah, I'd be able to reach out to people's, and make offers, like come and fucking collect it for starters. Get it out of my face. I don't like the sight of it. It's got no practicality here. It may do. It might do have a use here. And when it might have a use, it ought to be more than appreciative of it being of use. There's this great story attached to that trailer. So I mean, yeah, I've got a very fucking sociable history. It's only a matter of fucking the right people's clicking on and recognizing, yeah, that hey man, yeah, there's accommodation. It's not a house. Hey man, there's accommodation, a great big man tent. Excellent. I know loads of people that fucking thrive off of fucking live on this mountain with me. But I don't have communications with those people. So it's got much more purpose, really. It's got much more value, really, rather than having to sell it. I know people that have just brought land, you know, when they've got their sense and they recognize, hey, mate, I could fucking, yeah, wow. Yeah, I could make, wow, yeah, cool. Yeah. I've got a use for that. Maybe they'd have something of use to me. Crucy, you've been watching me channel. You've been watching me before my my channel. Okay, yeah, you've seen what's been going on this. Yeah, you've seen which channels I went to. You've seen me pull away from so many of those channels. Okay, Crucy, you've seen that. A lot of the channels that you pay attention to, Crucy, you've seen me appeared in them, but you don't see me maintain communications with them. I don't seek the ugliness, but when the ugliness followed me, yeah, what did I do? I still, I laugh it down. You know, I laugh it down. I play into it, yeah, and I give people what they came for, yeah, what they invited me for. How people were to me is exactly how I am to them. I know you have been here from day one. Yeah. And as my attitude changed, I'm exactly the same person as I was the first time I was trying to talk to Ronan and Nick on their panels. Trying to talk over people, I don't have the patience or the manners for. So when people are screaming and shouting at me, you know, what the fuck? You know, that's like a stirred up horse. That's like a raised animal. That's like an engine out of control. You know, I like having one of your front wheels and the opposite back wheel just falling off your motor. Actually, I don't have a bank, Corsi. I've only got PayPal. Yeah. Jamie Sawyer's been fond of sending Western Union. Tim was fond of sending Western Union. The house owners, when they can afford and they send, when I beg them, like yeah, they use Western Union. Otherwise, I use PayPal. At the moment, I've got like less than €4 in PayPal. And the worst thing about the PayPal receivings, like I don't have a card or a bank account to access it. So I send it to the fellow that lives up the mountain that I've been working for last month, and he expects paying for that transaction. I'm really not like into all this fucking digital stuff. I never was. You get me? I never was. But when I was selling the big issue, I really was interested in technology, because technology, the big issue, they actually approached me and they said, Stephen, would you walk, would you attach this bank link thing to your phone so people could pay you from their phone, or just PIN number into this machine, and you'd get paid rather than people paying by cash to buy your big issue? Would you be interested in? Would you do this? And it was about yeah, I would have done that. You know, I would have done that. Yeah, when I was selling the big issue, yeah, I would have done that. Yeah, so there was no cash, so everything was there through the books, because I was doing it working tax credits, mine. You get me? Yeah, I had to have receipts for everything. Yeah, I come out of jail, go straight on to working tax credits. Yeah, I outsmarted a lot of the systems. I still qualified for my emergency housing. I still jumped queue for the fucking council housing. I didn't get paid for giving my council house up. You know, I didn't get paid for that. Other people talk about getting paid for giving their council houses up. I didn't. I gave it up. Washed my hands with it, knowing now that I could have sold my council house. You know, yeah, get given it and then sell it back to them. That would have been well smart. Wow. And Cruzy, I always said, like it upsets me to see all this bullying going on. Yeah, look at the first channels. Like here I am, right, living on this mountain, talking to what, maybe six people via WhatsApp or Messenger at the time. That's all the communication I had. You know, quite lucky, counting my blessings. Do you get me? Yeah, I'm quite interactive on Facebook. Like you get 5 or 6, or like pretty pictures, get 20, 30 likes. It's about the same. Do you get me? Yeah, I only had 70 plus friends on Facebook for a long time, because over the 12 years I've just wiped them all out. Boom, got rid of them all. Boom, 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 and start again, start again. And it was only the people that really pay attention to me, really clicked with me from history, that stuck with me until recently, until I got rid of them again. We're still on Messenger, and that confuses a lot of people why I'm not on Facebook, because I still got Facebook, but I've only got one friend. Big up, Otto. There's like, wow, you get me? Yeah. So it gets to the time where you're preparing for the summer. What's life going to be like for the summer? Make preparations for that. Move closer to the beach, for starters, maybe. I've got a tent. I can put a tent up down in the tunnel, maybe. Get away with that. Recycle a dozen pallets, put the pallets down, live on top of the pallets in case of any storms coming. It's a nice environment, so I don't want to like lose access, and like I don't want to lose anything that's up on the mountain. So living down closer to the village, for starters, that might start change me fortune. Nice one, fire bones. That sounds like art. We'd have to share that for sure. Do people like their artwork being shared? I mean, not many people pay attention to my community page. Survival instincts. When will they kick in? Well, I always had survival instincts. Somehow I'm a natural born survivor. The exciting, adventurous life that I've had, phew, mate. If I thought the people would sponsor me to go and sit and arrest Putin or Trump, I'd put up a GoFundMe for, but I don't qualify for GoFundMe. I don't have a bank account. But I think that would be a great mission. You know, crimes against humanity, or whatever crimes that fucking Putin's up for. You know, like I could go and sit and arrest him. You know, go get stoned with him, having tripping out on mushrooms, drinking absinthe, and you know, like yeah, having a real fucking sniff on it on ketamine, whack up with some MDMA, and then just slap the cuffs on him. You get me? Yeah, and say, "Ha, you're busted, dude." I mean, like, imagine like if it was like Triple X movie. Do you get me? Yeah, I could really, really, you know, like see myself. You know, like people are willing to finance it. I'd really go to that extreme if you want. Right. So ugly shit. Yeah, we're not putting up with. It's I don't give a fuck who you think you are playing around like that. Yeah, but that game ain't being played here. And if you don't believe me, go and check out where I come from. Yeah, I don't come from Ireland. Yeah, I came from Bristol. All right, and my friends are in Bristol, St. Paul's, Bristol. I got taken over to Ireland in 1992, and I adopted the Irish, and they adopted me. And forevermore do we love each other. It's happy days. This is my this is my tag. So if you're gonna copycat, you know, at least do it correctly. And because we know you are doing things like that, we'll go back and remove another one of your accounts. See, when you see people like this, you know, I mean, that person hasn't got a job. That person's never had a job. That person doesn't know what it is to work. That person grew up thieving, and I extremely sedated with A-class abuse, and now gets by for injuries caused by being a thief. He gets compensated because he's a retired thief. He gets compensated. Sorry, James. The only reason I had to be allowed saying hello to you is because there was an account with my title, but evidently not my my account title. But they came in being very abusive, so I just sit it banged them for their ugly shit. When I was homeless in Bristol, I used to take sanctuary in St. Paul's, Bristol, because there was a Rasta and a Caribbean influence. And that was a culture that kind of most appealing to myself, most inviting, most comfortable. The most musical, very colorful. And with the people that were running the establishments that I used to go to, with them kind of like, I don't know, my wings in such environments. They were the pacifiers. They were the ones that maintained my peace. They were funny. Everybody else just had to fall into place and just accept me. And that was nice. And I gave that back. I gave that respect back when I defended St. Paul's from the Stokes Croft Tesco riots. I gave that respect back. I made sure that riot did not go into St. Paul's. I made sure, single fucking handed. Okay, James Winston. Right. Okay. Well, you'll never be abused by me or mine. It's only ugly peoples that hide, but they're not really hiding because we know who these characters are in this chat at least. Yeah, we've got at least three people that come in with this abusiveness. Yeah, and at one point I had more than 47. I think it was 54 accounts I had blocked, and it was all associated with that one person. Yeah. It was loud and proud months ago. There's some people have like 150 sub accounts, yeah, trolling accounts. So identifying all of those when they're on the block list, see which ones are those. For me, I always highlight them. I always go and check out their dates of creation, you know, and I recognize, you know, like, whoa, you get me, yeah. These ones are is like poetry, but the real dumbasses, they're too repetitive. They're too obvious. They're not worth the mentioning. It's like this one. It's like this one. This one came in attacking me for months and months and months. Yeah. This one came in on the attack on me many and many a months. Many and many a months. When I started giving it back to this person, like on the equal level. I mean, I like to chew women. She likes to chew women. So on an equal level, I mean, like, what's wrong? What's wrong with these peoples? I mean, do I go looking for these peoples? No. But yes, I do go looking for these people. This is the point. I went to all those panels, all those different channels. I went, yeah, whether it be English, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, Canadian, Australian, fucking American, Philippines. Like, I've been to all those different corners of YouTube, and I've accumulated different types of people. Well, we've got an equality on that. That's one thing we both have an interest in. You know, the same thing. I mean, we do also have animals in our both interests. You get me? Yeah. I love my animals. You love your animals. It's been said, and I even quoted. Yeah. And I repeated. It's been said. Some people love their animals more than others in different forms. It's okay. I check my dogs completely full bodied. I have to check them. Yeah. We live in an environment where, the dogs, out of respects, they need checking. Maybe that's why me dogs are so friendly. Yeah. Because they've had full body massages. Captain Jack's due a full body haircut, and I've got scissors right in front of me to remind me. And Captain Jack sits sleeping most of the daytime, and I sleep most of the nighttime. So he's kind of like, when when am I gonna get a chance to cut his hair? But he's due a haircut. That's normally about 6 hours long. I'm cutting his hair. The point is, yeah, I haven't changed in my character. I've got a good, bad, and an ugly. Yeah, I've got a dream that like physically, it makes sense. It makes sense. This mountain life, it just makes sense. But like I keep saying, I never came here intentionally. I came here as an emergency. Yeah, there was 6 dogs that needed caring for. You get me? Yeah, there was a house, like remnants of a house. Yeah, you know, and the facilities for life here. There wasn't much in the makings of life here until I until December. Until December when that water arrived here. Until that water arrived here, I've been tired carrying up water for fucking 6 dogs, lads. Do you get me? Yeah? Carrying up water for a garden, carrying up water. The most basic 5 kilometers, carrying up water 3 times a day, lads. That's what I was doing. Yeah. This time last year. Yeah. But then it rained for the Sahara, and that gave me a bit of water. A month later, when it fucking settled, had to wait a month for it to settle. I used so many filters, I did. Constantly using filters. So what I've done to where I am now, yeah, explains why I'm coming. Why I'm tired. Celebrations, Corina Hubs. I'm sure when you go to get to Spain, you'll have a beautiful time. Well, I'll tell you what, life follower. Okay, you could make all this moaning go away. You could make all this go away. And like you said, you've got free money about you. Yeah, you're a little bit miserable. You need a bit of excitement in your life. Take a gamble. Take a gamble. Yeah, this bus is more than what I'd accept. Yeah, I'd sell you this bus, right? You yeah, I'll sell it to you, life follower. You can buy this bus from me, right? I'll be the long term resident, right? But the money that you give me, yeah, I'll buy this bus back within a year. Okay, I'll buy this bus back off you in a year. So just leave it where it is. Okay, let me live in it. Okay, buy this bus off me. I'll buy it back off you within a year. If not, yeah, you're a winner, aren't you? Because you've got you'll have this bus. But you see what I'll do with what you give me for the value of this bus, yeah? I would invest in fruit trees. I would invest in seeds and compost. I would invest in sufficient tools. And I would invest my time eating food for the 3, 4 months it would take me to build a garden. Coil to soil, how much is the bus worth? Yeah, it's a 96 plate. Yeah, 96. Mercedes 711s, Mercedes Benz 711, and it's got less than 80,000 on the clock. Diesel automatic. How much is that bus worth? It's a 5 seater. It's listed as a 5 seater. Okay, so how much is the engine and gearbox worth? How much is the chassis worth? In scrap values, like break it down. I'll cut it into pieces and I'll sell it in scrap. Anybody know how to? Yeah, it does start. It's got two. It's short of 2 batteries. Yeah, put two 12-volt batteries, big batteries on the front, and she's firing up. Yeah, pump up the tires, and she's firing up. Yep, she's driving. I drove it up here. I maneuvered it to where it is. But you get me? When people look at it, like the same as I does, it's just like, yeah. Yeah, you can see why this one was blocked before. I mean, this one like a real ugly character. I mean, I won't bother. What do you call it? Timing out. I'll just block them from now on, and just go and find something beautiful to look at. You get me? You know, and stop trying to come in here and make everything ugly. Oh no, actually, I just timed that one out accidentally, but I'll block it though. Oh dear. Timed it for 5 minutes. It'll come back. But like, you get me? Yeah. My life at the moment is quite ugly. Yeah. You know, this time of year, this time of last year, it was really weird. Really, really weird. I had 4 or 5 people that were promising that they were coming to help me. Friends. Yeah. But they didn't. Nobody, it's like, what, you've got no water? You have to carry up water? I'm not going up there. That's what everyone was like. Oh, but you found a river. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because this time last year, I was working a garden lands down there, right up until mid-April. I think mid-April was last time. Good afternoon, Christine Newton. Yeah, mid-April was when I stopped making my garden down there. Yep. And all because I ran out of energy. Seriously, lads. To stop them, just block them and don't unblock them. Nice one, James Winston. It is. I mean, nobody wants. Most of the people that comes to this chat, that chats with me, they want to see good scenery. The adventures I do share. They don't like the upsets. They don't like to see upsets. They don't like to. So for me, kind of to like this, you know what put in. And because it doesn't get dark and it's not natural. It's not for me anyway. I don't Excuse me, I'm back. I thought what I was saying was really important, but then I forgot it. Maybe because I'm stuck. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, all that bullshit that I've been learning on the YouTube from other people's, what it's kind of like there's a lot of ugliness, and for me, well, I was introduced to the ugliest, and from here, 1 year later, I recognized so much. It's just like wow, yeah, wow. These people will actually encourage the ugliness that brings out the ugliness in the best of us. And so for me, it's kind of like, wow. Yeah, it's getting to the point where, nah, yeah, nobody's going to victimize me for blocking the ugly people from interacting with us. Yeah, they're not going to pollute us. They can go and talk their shit elsewhere. Yeah, and I don't give a shit. You get me? Yeah, but here, whoa, yeah, I'm in paradise. Yeah, and I literally gave the whole world open invitation to my paradise, and they want to take it. They want to see me like without it, but my paradise is me wherever I go. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that these people want to strip me from my paradise. They cannot because I'm me. I take my paradise with me. You know, it takes one person to give a reflective response to something that I put up on my channel, or one person gives me a reflective text message. Do you know, like, never mind all that bullshit. What I see is this, and this is top quality. And for me to see that coming from another man in my direction saying, like, top quality, I know this person isn't bigging me up to drop me down. I know that this person is really open, and he's boom. That's, there's repercussions from that. You know, that that's pride even more. I don't have pride. Yeah, I have. I'm not dealing with pussies. Yeah, pussies and cat and prides. Yeah, that's that thing. Yeah, but dogs. Yeah, that I fucking yeah. I'm walking out on the streets, fucking living in fucking towns with dogs like this. It's not fair. They're fucking turds for stars. Have you tried back 8 kilos? Welcome back, I says. Excuse us. We're making use of the bad signal on the mountain. Where I'd rather sit in my bus than sit outside. Because it's getting like that. Over the winter, I spend most of my time in my bus. Watching and learning the mountain. Watching and listening to traffic. Land and sea with the air. I've learned quite a lot since sitting here. Learned quite a lot. Not until there's missing people. There's a helicopter come flying through this mountain. And even then, I've only seen that once from four missing people from the village and surrounding areas. I've only ever seen once the helicopter right through this valley. And I mean right through this valley. Over in there, there's a family taking out their dealings with gangsters. A lady walking from the village. And a gentleman recently from the village below. And not once has any officer come to talk to me. Not once has anybody come visiting up here looking for anybody that's gone missing. Not once. So even with the YouTube accusations that came at me, not even that warrants the uniform of Spain to come and look at me where I am. It's only my interactions down there where they are that gives me any vulnerability to having any attention from the uniform. They know who I am. They know what I do with my life. They know I'm nothing but a man that just wants to live a life. I just want to live. And it takes food. It don't take money. It takes. When I go to the cities, if I have to leave this place, I'll return to the cities. I'll be eating out of the food banks. I'll be going for the food mornings, for the food evenings. Because that's how I live out on the streets. I go where the homeless get fed. So long as the same ones are still operating in the areas that I was familiar with, I'll still get fed daily, routine. Appreciated, much, much appreciated. That's what those places are there for. I have to walk to the cities to get it, but that's what those places are there for. So I may as well go walk into it, because it ain't coming this way. Knowing that they're like 100 kilometers away in any direction, I don't fancy going to the colder zone. I don't fancy Malaga. I much prefer Murcia. Yeah, Murcia got many more fruits available, much more land available. And Alicante, definitely. I like Alicante. That was good grounds in Alicante. There was a lot of respect in Alicante. Down south, yeah, far south I went. Then I came back into Seville. But Cadiz was the first time that I seen paraphernalia, the A class. So I was happy with that. Leaving there as soon as I found that, oh no way. But Cadiz was a good place. There ain't no trains. There ain't no trains. There's always walking. If we do, if we do have to go, we're walking. Easily identified, man and three kings. That's right, James. Best thing I've seen is do your own thing. You know, just enjoy the life. You get me? Yeah. When you show your own lives rather than getting involved with everybody else's, you know, like, you know, it is what it is. You know, leave it open for people to rip you down and upset you if that's what you want. For me, I don't want that. I've been ripped down all my life. You get me? Yeah. And it's quite difficult to, you know, like, yeah, it's quite difficult on the best of days, really. But I've always smiled. I've always looked on the bright side of life. Do you get me? You know, I've always known that it's the attention I seek. You know, it's the environments I'm at. But I'm not in that environment now. Yeah, I'm not in those environments. So why has it got worse? And it got worse, you know, like because the balance that I've got, you know, I'm in sunshine. Yeah, I've got good health. I've got the world of opportunities. If only I had the energy to get up and do things. The fact that I do things and I tire myself out is like flip, man. Yeah, I earn my sleep, but feck's sake, man, I could do a lot more if only I ate. If I only I ate properly, substantial amounts. I mean, like flipping heck, man. You know, you can't do much on a belly of fucking flour and fucking water. You can't do much with that. Seriously, you can't do much when you eat for 3 days out of the 7. You can't do that. Listen to anybody that's in training, yeah, and go and have a look at all those people that are in training and how much they survive on. You can see why they need much more than most people's, and you can see where you know, like, yeah, there's a lot of envy and spite, you know, because it's about food. You know, I haven't got gas bills. I don't need gas. I don't have rent bills. I don't have electricity bills. I don't have water bills. I just, you know, like, just, whoa, imagine if I did. I've got one bill, you know, from €20 a month to €5 a month. Yeah, preferably €20 a month, so I can have like no stress about communications. You know, internet. I don't have phone signal. I covered the water bill as much as like I collect rainwater. I worked when I first came here. Yeah, I was working hard, same as I was working hard when I was down at the mechanics. When I first came to YouTube, yeah, when I first came to the attention on people on YouTube, I went to work for my dinners for nearly 3 months. I went to work for my dinners down at the mechanic. But when it got too hot and the deal hadn't been committed by the other person, mate, he had fucking vehicles coming in all day, every day. Yeah, he had cheap access to vehicles all day, every day. The deal was, you buy me a motor, you know? I'll work for you forevermore. I just need transport. He lent me a motor. It wasn't his, it was a customer's. It was there for repairs. It was a fucking dead motor, but yeah, it ran. And it was only going to get run to the ground, and then it was going to end up me having to pay like 2 or 3 thousand for the replacement of it, because that's how much that value that vehicle was valued at. So for me, no, 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 no. The responsibility of that, no. The amount of fuel that that vehicle consumed alone was a big no-no. So for me, it just went downhill. You know, the more I was doing, the less I was being appreciated. And it's the same as what I does with the YouTube a lot. You know, yeah, a lot of what I does goes unappreciated. You know, a lot of people seem to appreciate, although they despise me for it, how I can go in on people's. You know, they upset me, or they ignore me, or try and rig themselves up to represent something, but then act in a complete hypocritical way. When I highlight all these various ones that I've gone through, and I've gone through a lot, I've upset, I've gone in, you know, like nice and peaceful, and somehow, you know, like a lot of those people have curdled, you get me? They've really taken spite 90% of it because they've heard from somewhere else, you know, and because they've heard from somewhere else, they get all stuck on and they can't talk free flow. You know, they end up repeating themselves and they never get the answer. They always get the same response. Fuck up, leave me the flow, and I'll move on. Yeah. But you two keep talking about me and I'll keep fucking cursing you. You get me, yeah? It's just the way it is. I play by man. I don't know nothing. Yeah. That's just loud and proud. Their spanner is to promote their own content, promote other people's channels, go and communicate with other people's. I've never once encouraged peoples to use spanners to time people out. But the other day, when Aku Naku asked for a spanner so he could do some bang, that was meant for one person and one person only. That's me to block time people out. I also get blocked out. So I'd like the honest of being the one that really blocked people. But that'd be the perfect channel, though, wouldn't it? You know, if the mods did not dominate the chat, if the mods didn't dominate the chat, you know, if the mods were just like big brothers. Yippee-ki-yay, we came back. I know what the issue is. Good morning, Barb. Wow. Top of the morning. It's spring, 21st of March. It is springtime. Absolutely loves it. I want to spread my wings and fly away. I want to walk away. I want to paddle my boat. Yeah, that's what I would love to do. But Ted and Grizzles are too big for it. That's hard paddling, that is. Me and the three of those, the three boys in that one inflatable boat, that's hard paddling, that is. So I can't imagine myself paddling away. It would be a shame just, I don't know. I'd like to carry it up to my bus, for when I return to my bus. Because I know I have to return to my bus. I can't give up on this mountain. I have to go and, mix and mingle, be in a position to win the lottery ticket, and win the lottery, or be out there, fall in love with a rich woman, make sure she's very, very rich, and then come back to the mountain. Any rich ladies want to marry me? It'll cost you. Yeah, I'm up for sale. Yeah, any rich ladies want to marry me? You don't have to be attracted. This is my long term favorite person on YouTube. Hey, a purple split. Because I see the great changes most of all. I see the what I seen in this person from the first time I seen the fella, and I seen him in party mode. He just looked like he was in party mode. He just he just reminded me of all the things that I miss about parties. And this is this is the funny thing. Yeah, a lot of people haven't got the same interests as what I've had. Yeah, but for me, I've chased the environment where everybody's inebriated, like loving and happy, and yeah. And like I says, I don't understand how this fella gets all negative attention to respond negatively. You do good things, you give an opportunity. You're very you're an athlete, athletic, but like he knows, yeah, that needs a lot of food. So I got bad signal. Um, there's a big delay on everything. I had you on screen, didn't you?
Stephen,
Hello,
I
Johnny.
guess.
How are you doing?
What? I'm all
Welcome
right,
from
you
Thailand.
know.
Welcome
Thanks,
from
Stephen.
Thailand.
Oh, we've got the
Yes,
echo.
King. you are aware that we're communicating with people worldwide at the moment.
I am.
Good stuff. Now, I'm very grateful that you've come here today because I've wanted to talk to you many times about culture shock,
Yeah,
which I think is very appropriate for this international channel. Now, am I correct to be believing that it's like 7 o'clock in the evening where you are living in Thailand?
you're correct to think that it is. That's exactly right. Well done, Steve. So it's about 6 hours ahead of the UK, so it's a similar. They got pretty good.
All
It's an
right, so it's
ongoing on
one
there
o'clock in the afternoon here in it's one
in
o'clock in the
España.
afternoon in Spain, and it's midday
Yeah,
in España, yeah, and it's midday
yeah,
in England, yeah. So what we've got there is three time zones alone, right? Now, what
yeah,
I encountered many times is when I'm going to bed, you're nearly waking up. When I'm going to bed, yeah, you're waking up
yeah.
because
It's
I'm
okay.
going to bed at 12 o'clock, but
You
you're
know,
waking up
we've explained what we know
uh,
where this is.
as I'm
You know,
going to bed.
I'm hoping to get my visa in a couple of
Your
weeks.
physical and your mental state,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
your
quite,
physical and mental state is totally different
it's
to
quite, quite,
mine.
quite shocking
Is
how,
that
how,
that's
how,
fair to
um,
say.
yeah, these people, indeed, indeed.
It's a culture shock, you know. Like for me, it comes a lot with like it's good to maintain communications with where we come from, but it's even more important to adapt to communicate with the peoples of the environment where
Mm,
we're at, and to
yeah,
get acceptance. It's
you've
not
also got,
about
you've
being
also got to
accepted.
realise how obsessive some of
It's not,
these people are.
yeah, it's not about
How,
being accepted. It is about being accepted. You know, like the more you
mm,
interact, yeah, the more you involve yourself with local things going in your foreign
mm,
environment. You know, like
yeah, that's why I've been in the
you
city for a couple of months.
mm,
It's been,
exactly.
on that
Yes,
note,
that's the
on that
key word.
note, I need to get back to my PayPal and try and figure things out. I didn't want to stay on for too long because I might start rambling on about things I don't want to talk about. In
You
a bit,
see, it's
Stephen.
8 a.m. 8 a.m. It's first thing in the morning for
Yeah,
James Winston.
yeah,
You get me? You know, I mean, like
yeah, I do.
we're
I
in
know,
the
I
three
know.
main important time zones. Do you get me? Yeah.
Yeah, I called you to show your face because yeah, it's this YouTube shit is really fucked up. People go at each other from all angles, and I haven't done that.
Mm.
I haven't targeted people. I may have abused people on panels. I've been rude to people. I've not.
I
I've not.
targeted you,
I've not.
Johnny. You know that, don't you? I targeted you, yeah. Like we had no reason to communicate whatsoever, yeah. But I seen you on various panels where people were fucking putting you down straight away, yeah. And yeah, and then they were talking about things
Why did you target me out of
because yeah,
out
you
of what?
looked like an innocent person. You looked like you were in party mode, and you just looked like you wanted to have fun. And anytime I seen you, you're just having fun. But these people kept talking over you. It's not letting you fucking get involved.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they started twisting things. They've heard you
And with the
saying
community
else.
shock, and with the community shock, having to be on the computer all the time, and your memory going here, there, and everywhere. I get you. It's difficult,
Mm,
isn't it? It's fucking some obsessives out here. Eh? You might
they're
have got something right.
pissing
Put it that
people
way.
off. Like I seen you being.
Put it that way. I think
I,
you made a good link there. That
I
guy's a
recognize.
fucking
I recognized a lot of bullets.
that guy's a fucking nut job. Has he got money?
Who
A certain somebody.
I don't know. I don't consider people's for their monies. I bet
No, no, I don't consider him. I'm not gonna target him. I'm gonna rise above his shit, just as I've
Mm,
done with anybody else who may have. You know, I gave him. I gave a certain person. I don't not say no more.
Mate,
Okay.
do you know some you would have to adopt me? Do you get me? Yeah, for me, take an interest in their wealth. Do you get me? You know, somebody would have to marry me for me to take interest in their wealth. I'm not interested in people's wealth. Yeah, I just need to eat. Do you get me? You know, and
You're probably watching us in our bedroom, masturbating and stuff. I would hardly ever masturbate, man. It'd be a boring show. I've like I usually, yeah, I've had very rare, seldom masturbate in my bed with a piece of tissue. Very, very seldom. Suppose they get a bit of footage, but no, it's not anything like what we were expecting, for fuck's sake. Fucking, I don't give a fuck. If you're there, hi. All right, Steve. In a bit. When I'm in my functional mode, I need to get a tiny bit done. You know how it is with me and my fucking short-term memory. God bless you. Hope we didn't speak.
Yeah, it sounds. I just spent a month in that getting things done mode.
I've been non-stop, Steve. Non-stop because of a short-term memory.
Yeah.
Non-stop, just doing daft things because it's so
I'm
disorganized.
referring to that work in the community service that I've just completed.
I know.
Interacting
You're
with
busy,
local people.
So am I. I'm on. Gone back to my old ways.
If I could find €50 a week, if I could find €50 a week, right, myself and the dogs, we could eat. You get me, you know. But in the meantime,
stay alive. Stay alive a little bit longer. It's either that or a prison cell. Either way, you'll be fine.
No, do you know what? Yeah, before I'll go, before I spend more than two days without food, yeah, I'll be packing up my rucksack and I'll be walking.
Do you reckon? Yeah, that's a good idea. That's rational thinking, to be honest. Yeah, we don't need to be these fucking white knights.
Go mix with people, physical. Go interact with people.
No, we don't. No, we don't need to. We don't need to. We don't need to be. We don't need to be these perfect people, do we?
Well, I'm a tramp. You get me? I know what tramping is. Yeah, I know that all I have to do is walk.
Stephen, you're not a tramp. You live in a foreign country.
I am.
You're defining yourself by the British cultural term, which is not. It's just a way to degrade you. It's a way of putting you down and putting the idea constantly into your head that you're less than. You're living in a foreign country.
Yeah,
a very, very difficult life. You're living like a fucking, like somebody who lived 50, 100 years ago. You're living a more difficult life than the average person. As am I.
Johnny, reality. I'm living
I'm not
isolated.
living necessarily more difficult life than, I know. I understand. Right. Stephen, I'm going to start yapping. So, peace out. I'll see you in a bit. Can I leave? Is that all right? Or would you like to finish? It's your life. Stephen? Okay, he's gone silent. Has he come back? Let's see if Steve wants to finish.
My bloody phone muted me. Yeah, when I signal, I did. Signal, I muted me. I like Johnny. Hello, Jamie Sawyer. Top of the morning, Radio Fuman. As it, Barber, is my signal. Hey, you fool. I lost signal. My phone put me on silent. I hope everything's back to normal now. Jamie, is that what I think it is? 10 digits. No. Nearly coming to an anniversary of me doing lives on YouTube. I didn't start off doing lives on my own channel. I started joining other people's panels. From the first one, it seemed so easy. So comical. How people apparently showed an interest, but had absolutely no interest for listening or reasoning. And nearly a year on, it didn't take long for that person to introduce me onto panels. To take a very quick, large step away from me. But that person never stopped talking about me. That person even tried to redig at me by putting up a premiere. For those peoples are the ones that are responsible for any confusions and disruptions into my tranquilness. For the first peoples to antagonize me. For one person, the fireman. For another person, the podcast ref. Now these are two people. One with a title. One podcast ref. So with that person involved in the circle that, like was going around my early interactions on the YouTube, that fella knew of all the characters. That fella, you know, somewhat encouraged myself for a while. So why that fella didn't live up to his title? Who knows? For the fireman, never to all the conversations we ever interacted with. Now, from day one, he's the one that I really reached out and said, "Hey, do what it's about this because you're a clever man. You talk about this. I can talk to you. I understand the benefit of doubt. You understand what I said to the fire." But you know what? Many schools are for their school team or after school teams. Oh, signal. Oh, Barb, I loves you. You know, I'm not sure you go for with the dogs. I'm a sleeping bag. I don't need to carry much. So really, I don't even need to carry a sleeping bag. But I'd need to carry the rucksack for dog water and oh, signal. Yeah, loves you, Barb. So yeah, the thought of walking with the three dogs. I don't need much. Just need my sleeping bag, my identifications, and just walk. I need my rucksack for carrying dog food and dog water. Loves you, Barb. Cheers, me dear. My signal mod. Imagine if I just randomly, just like walked back the way that I've come here. And about Ultra, you have a safe travels. The first time I goes into that chat, Ultra, like the minute I fucking sends a message, some cheeky mods are fucking talking shit about some shit. Real twisted fuckers. So I don't bother going there. They twist my head. Like, what? How can they repeat lies? How can they be such ugly peoples repeating ugly lies? I don't like that. I like nice scenery. I like nice peoples. And I like good food. You do what you like, Barb. You do what you like. You do what you like. For me, I've got trust in peoples. Do you get me? Yeah, I like the interaction. I like you know, like the fact that I've been through a lot of these channels, people are go to. For me, it's kind of like this is what Nick Williams asked me to do when he first asked me to pay attention to Deck Eggy's well-being channel. This is exactly what Nick Williams asked me to do. Pay attention. You know, like, yeah. So we've got something familiar to talk about. As I see YouTube Asylum. Yesterday, I think I watched his live, or one of his lives recently. I paid attention to. Maybe 2 days ago, I paid attention to one of his lives. I didn't comment. First time I've gone to one of his lives and not commented. And then I see one of his uploads this morning, and I see the fireman go and entertain shit stains. That's what it is. They know and know he's got triggers. When he goes to a panel and there's like 6-1, he's not rescuing himself. And he's not rescuing any one of those. Thanks, James, for joining in, brother. He's an obvious one. When you see people brown nosing, you know, like yeah, this is one thing. Like he left himself wide open because he leaves himself on camera. You can see, you know, like you can read his body, you can read his hand gestures, you can see who and what he is. And you know, when he goes up on other people's panels, you can see he, he he's one of those unaccepted, but like you know, like kind of like, yeah, all right, you're there, because he brown noses so much, and you can see that. And for half of his beef with people, you know, like his petty, he a real petty character, real petty. So happy days. Leave him in his selection box. That's what I says. Leave him in there. Oh, purple spliff. It's springtime. You know, the winter blues is one thing, but the equinox is another. You know, like, yeah. It's do we have to survive another summer? Fucking hell, only to lose our wings in the autumn? Oh, you get me? It's gonna be a hot summer. Oh no, it's hard work doing anything as it warms up. Oh fuck. Not in the environment I want to be, and it's springtime. Oh, where are all those pretty flowers? You get me? Where's all the life? Yeah, gotta wait another 6 months at least until the magic mushrooms are growing. Fucking hell. So it looks like I'll be taking a walk to the village for about 5 o'clock. Thank you, Jamie Sawyer. That makes life easier going through via the Western. I don't have to involve the middleman then. Flipping heck, he's more expensive than Western Union. Wow. It being Tuesday. Yo, Mr. E. It being Tuesday today, I think, isn't it? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I can't remember. But if it was Thursday tomorrow, then that'd be cool. Because if it's Thursday tomorrow, then that'd be market day. Go there, mate. If I was a rock star, I'd be climbing the walls. Jeepers. Yeah. I a Rolling Stone, but I ain't no rock star. You know, one thing that hurts me the most is all the things that I can be waiting for. You know, I can be waiting for my Dutch friend to pick up business and come back to Spain. You get me? Yeah. I can wait for the friends to come back to own the house. I can wait for the odd job. You know, up over the mountain. I can wait. Well, it doesn't pay to wait. I'm trying to do my best by the dogs. And I think really on road, you know, like I can pass shops, you know, like I can pass butchers. I know where there's big markets where I can get fucking tons of bones. You get me? Yeah. I can get tons of cut offs for the dogs. I can get tons of freaking exotic fruits and vegetables and loads of stuff, you know, because I know those environments. Down here in the south, there's nothing apart from almonds, and if you're lucky, almonds and olives. You know, until you go into the plastic housing, you get me? Yes, understanding. You know, like I understand my environment where I am. I know mangoes are more prone to be growing down in Malaga area, but there's more oranges and figs and stuff in Murcia and Alicante. There's peaches, there's pears, there's a few mangoes, there's avocados, chiomoyas, bananas. There's loads of stuff, but more up on Murcia and on the east coast of Spain. I only went as far as Benidorm, you know, and like Benidorm's one of them party places with obviously with a lot of land, you know, like to explore inland, which is something I never really did because I was just too busy, too focused on walking the coastline. There's places very common along the road where you can buy like a half a kilo of dog food up, up to a fucking ton of dog food. You get me? You know, like there isn't that facility here. You know, and like the bigger cities, life's a bit more easygoing. You know, like meet more familiar peoples. You know, like on the mountain there's really like just open plan. And I think that's my main message for people's really like this mountain is open plan. The potential, just getting it done. I started off good and strong when I came here. I came here with good fucking good energy, and I didn't fucking stop. You know, I don't want to stop. But like, there's an awakening in everybody's life. You know, like what's right and wrong, what's making you fucking, what's holding you back. And for me, what's holding me back is lack of people. I can go out and I can meet peoples. You know, like I can say, hey, listen, you know, like between I can meet people. I'm not meeting peoples here. The only people that fucking I meet's on YouTube. You know, like they've been that have been here. The people, the two peoples, them both been really weird characters. Really weird characters. You know, and it would have been much better to have met those peoples away from here. You know, like before just them just lumping themselves in my space. You know, and then thinking that they're the dominant characters. I mean, like peoples, both of them. Literally, I was willing just like walk away from both of them at both times that they were both here at a different intervals because they weren't here together. But having the Nick Williams here the first time, you know, like I was willing to walk away the minute he arrived. Yeah, right. You're comfortable. No, you're not comfortable because you need your groceries delivered. Shit, man, we've traveled all that fucking way and you've got no groceries for yourself. Never mind me. Yeah, I was willing to been walking to the fucking vets with 6 dogs, you know, getting them all microchip passported and vaccinated. That's what my plan was on your arrival. So the fact that I lingered and persevered your style is like, lad, you had nothing to offer. Your RSO was shit. It made me ill. The stink of you in my bus and the fucking the overpowering of all your possessions in my bus. Do you know, like I didn't even have time to fucking grab my blankets. You were wrapped up in them. It's like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, seriously now, yeah. Something wrong with you, fella. Now you want to send me down to the bank? If I going down to the bank, I taking my dogs to the vets. Get a microchip passport and vaccinated. I'm not walking back here with your fucking bank card. And you got no food up here. So what are you gonna do for food? You're a dumbass motherfucker. Of course you're a dumbass motherfucker. Then the other fella comes here. Jeepers Christ, man. Investigated me. Investigated. Done all the research. Picked himself up. Done all his research. Comes over here. It was bad luck from the first day. I paid €66 for a meal for 2 peoples. Then I went the rest of the time with none. The whole time he was here, I had nothing. I had maybe €20. That's all I had. The whole time he was here. I had more before he was here. The day he turned up, I had nothing. 30, €40 left. Gone. Just brought water. Make sure we got water. Well, fuck, it's just rained for 8 days. Why did I buy that water? In preparation of him coming. Simple as. I didn't need water. I'd be moving on before I'd be carrying up water up here again. Didn't do much research, though, in all fairness to him. Because if he had done his research, he would have said, right, he needs a water tester. He needs to test that water before we're surviving on the water that he's potentially collected from rain. We need to be testing that water. Oh, but bring enough beans that you're not going to starve. I don't eat beans. I'll eat green beans from the garden. I don't eat tin beans. Do you know how much they are here? They're like 250 a tin. Tubular Bulls. I'm not sure. I know that song. I'm gonna have to write that song down. And oh, you got a couple of those crotchless pants? Yeah, me too. I've ripped them a few times. It is a lot of potential here, Barb, but it's not mine, is it? It's the house owners. And, by showing a house like that, I kind of give away their private space to that detail. You get me? It's not something that was mine to do with, really. The fact that Nick Williams doxed me, my name, and where my bus is pinpointed. Um, and then other people think it's funny to continue what Nick's already done. I think it's a bit disrespectful, to say the least. But happy days. One thing people remember, like those that put in the effort to get here, they can enjoy it, but they won't abuse it. I knew it was the tubular bells. I knew it was that. I knew it was that, and not tubular bulls. I've heard of tubular bells, and I was going to say that, but I was going to wait for the spelling correction. Well, at least there was a laugh, and at least there was a laugh and a warning there. Thanks, Barb. See, I need to go and hang out in the city, anyways, because I need to get my post office card account linked to my phone. Um, it doesn't work otherwise. uh, I got to go and register at the post office. They done it for me there and then. So I'm dreading having to walk that ways because I don't want to walk that ways. I know that ways like the back of my hand. I've walked that ways loads of times and driven it loads of times. And rode a horse through there once. That was funny. That was one time Daisy Jane allowed me to pick her up and put her onto the saddle with me. That was what the rest of the time she had to run. But she didn't like running through the city. No, that was horrible. She didn't like that. No, so I pick her up and I hold her close on the saddle and rode her through that city, that much trip. That was funny. Leaving the hippie community with a horse. Whoa. Just following the river. We could have gone up into the mountains. Yeah, we could have. But we went closer to the coast. We played at the beaches. Not sure if that horse Geronimo had ever seen. Not Geronimo, Cameron. Yeah, Cameron. Geronimo was the horse who I gave my German house to in that hippie community. When I was given the bus, not long after I was given the bus. So we're kind of celebrating these times now. I mean, what date was that signed? Oh, okay. The bus. I actually signed for the bus on the 30th of the 6th. Wow. 30th is a 6th. But I already living in the bus this time, 2020, March 2020. I was already living in this bus. Wow. 30th of June. So what have I got? I got like 3 months until my third year anniversary being the owner of this bus. Oh, because I said to the man, "What are you doing with that bus? It's been abandoned here in Beneficial since you fucking parked it up. What are you doing with it?" I says, "I'd be protecting it for now." I says, "But it's getting to a time where I'm at risk for protecting your bus. Like, what are you doing with it?" I says, "The Italian fellow, he passed responsibilities to me. He's been minding it up until now. I understand that he was in communications with you." And he says quite clearly and loud, "Come down to the village, collect the keys." I says, I've paperwork attached to the vehicle. I'll bring that down to you." He says, "Oh, brilliant." I says, "Anything else you want from your bus?" I says, like, yeah, well, there ain't much in here. I says, like, but yeah, there's books, there's paperwork, there's drawers of paperwork and stuff. He says, "Is my walk there?" I said, "Mate, there, I haven't got any walks here. There is no walks here at all." Yeah. So, yeah, he didn't get his walk. Everything else he wasn't interested in. I walked down to the village with Otto. We sat there at the church where he said to meet us, and I signed over the papers. And happy days. He gave me the key. I came back into the beneficial hippie community. Like, what the fuck just happened? Otto? Yeah, this has been amazing. Like, whoa, this should have been signed over to you. Yeah, you were the first one to mind this place. You asked me to mind it for you, and now I'm responsible for it. Fuck, mate. I had €100, only €100 in my pocket when I met up with the fella, and it wasn't much more than a month later when I drove away out of that hippie community. To be honest with you, things just went ugly. People just got jealous and more jealous and spiteful. Like fucking hell, man, they got really spiteful when they learned that I own the bus now. Yeah, they got really, really spiteful. It was horrible. I isolated myself, but as much as I could, like I made a nice stone. I didn't actually. I did a little bit, like, but I had this Irish fella that was hanging around with me, and I got nice photographs of us sharing ice creams that used to be homemade in that hippie community, and birthday cakes that three of my friends made, three different birthday cakes, and yeah, homemade hamburgers and things like this. Like that's how we were living in that hippie community. Like we had it nice. Yeah, we had a nice little selective group. We was all hard grafters. We all came together to enjoy the laziness of me. I was a good organizer. Like yeah, I do things. Like I make things happen in that community. Well, I'm very, very busy. Very, very busy. But at the same time, I was just busy in the environment where I was living. So what needs to be done gets done. There's always water. There's always a place to cook. There's always fucking food for animals and for peoples. There's always shelter. There's always music facilities. There's always comforts and entertainment. There's always people coming and going. But there's always the established peoples as well, which is nice. And in that happy community, I had a lot of friends. A lot of people would socialize. A lot of people would come and visit. Even people that came on holidays, they were always very excited to come and sit with me again and again and again and again in that happy community. I had young ladies that took sanctuary in my environment because it's one of very few safe environments where they were guaranteed 110% safety. There was no abuse of nothing in their direction or anybody else's direction or anything's direction. And when it did happen, there was never any compensation. But by God, the people get their karmas. Most people's are stuck where where I met them. Most other people have suffered, persevering, trying to do something else. And a lot of the big dreamers that I met are hitting more of a rock bottom than I am. And even though they've got the social backing, for me, I don't want social backing. You know, the last thing I want really is to give up to the government, be responsible to the government, getting paid by the government. No, I don't earn. I don't. I don't. I'm not a government representative, so they've got no reason to pay me. If, on the other hand, I did start working for the government, then evidently the wage, would be so sufficient that yeah, but they don't pay on that equal level, do they? They have their little rats and their scurry arounders, ones that encourage their big wages, but they don't share that big wage. Not every human has that same entitlement, and it's a shame because there's plenty of it to go around. There's enough for every individual to have 100,000 a year. Everybody on this planet, there is enough money for everybody to have 100,000 every year. And for the richest of billionaires to still manage 1 billion, they could have 1 billion each, 1 million each, or something like this. I forget now. They could keep 1 million each, share the rest of the wealth, give everybody 100,000. You are where you are, and I'll make your life. You know, you get 100,000 again next year. It's small money, but it's everybody's entitlement. Everybody on this planet is entitled to that, if nothing else. Just because it's their resources on the planet is all of ours at the same time. Those that manage and earn, from their 100,000, fair play, keep it going. You still get your 100,000 every year. It's a simple economics. I was told a long time ago, hey, Robert Lee, I was told a long time ago about the dodgy wealths. This is in the hidden business of countries. And every now and again, somebody reminds me. And at the moment, I've got this friend that I met up over the mountain in the village whilst I was doing my community service. But I wasn't doing my community service when I met her. I was actually walking, sat down with the dogs, took a chillax with the dogs for 5 minutes, and got talking to the lady. And she keeps reciting the fact that the countries are businesses. And like I learned when I was a teenager, for every individual X amount of pounds every year. When you get that overnight, you get your rent, that's separate. You get your council tax, that's separate. Yeah, but every individual on the planet, on that nationality, is entitled to that much. If you got that much in one annual payment, there would be no excuses. But you don't get that, and that's shameful. That's shameful. When you learn that, it's so young. When you learn that, it's so young. You don't even access it. You can't even access it, although you need it. You don't access it. You don't qualify. What do you mean don't qualify? Where's the equality on the planet? For fuck's sake, like, yeah? I work when I work. I can't when I can't. Yeah? Simple as. Am I in a condition, health condition to work? Shit, man. I've been fatigued and rehydrated for the best part of 2.5 years. Shit. I've spent most of my life on the up and down scale of on nutrition. So it's not something that I'm not familiar with. You know, I recognize, like the simple changes in the way the mind thinks, in the way the body moves from regular activities and regular nutrition. I recognize the benefits of doing it and I love it. But I can't see myself putting in wasted energy doing things that I can't guarantee. If I can't guarantee it, I'm not doing it. And this is one of the things like many people take offense by when they tells me make a garden. I keep telling them I've cleared lands to make a garden, but it's so far away that I don't have what it takes to go down and maintain it. I don't have what it takes. Do you know how long it takes to manage a garden, depending on what you're growing? Now, if I grow lettuce, I don't eat lettuce, but like for example, grow lettuce. Like you can have leaves within about 6 weeks. I think 6 to 8 weeks you can have leaves. Same for radishes. I don't eat radishes. To grow potatoes, you need 3 to 4 months. You need well oxygenized and aerated, rotivated lands. Very, very well. Yeah. They don't like to grow in clay conditions or, like, yeah. So there's a lot of work in preparing the lands. That lands isn't quite prepared for that yet. Because all I did manage to do was cut everything back, clear when I cleared the land. Just cut everything back, get a bit of a base, recognize what I'm dealing with. It's got to get a long time watering. Like whoa, it needs regular watering. So shit, how to do that? Mm, easy ways, really. Easy ways. Yeah. Dig a channel. Okay. Dig a channel. Mm, yeah. Maybe put in piping. Put some piping in and like build a couple of dams. Yeah, I did. I did build a couple of dams. I did build up rock pools that were already there. I did dig a few rock pools out and encourage that sort of environment down there. Mm, slowly but surely. That's what I was doing this time last year. I haven't done it this year. Like last week, yeah, I just finished. Yeah, on Tuesday last week, I finished doing the community service. For 3.5 weeks, I was up there doing community service 3 hours a day. but I was walking the dogs for twice that, at least fucking 6 hours a day. I was walking the dogs, and I was doing some casual laboring for the evenings, earn my dinners, during food. For me, there's no talk about earning a wage, but the fella says when he gets his wage, Oh, bollocks. I keep resetting. Hello, Robert Lee. Hello, Andy Darwin.